closest season ever. What a grand way to wrap up the 50th anniversary tour for Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. It all comes to a close this weekend at Fox Raceway on a Saturday afternoon with Eli Tomac of Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing leading Team Honda HRC's Chase Sexton by a mere point. When we say closest ever, that's not conjecture, that's just facts. We've witnessed 11 rounds of racing so far this year, and there has never been a points gap this small. The closest, 1996 and 2007, after 11 rounds, the championship gap was 8 points. This year, it's just 1. The last time it's truly felt like a winner-take-all showdown going into the final round in this class was all the way back in 1996, when Jeff Emig held a 2-point lead going into the finale. 1 point is small. As a matter of fact, earlier in the year, Sexton was actually penalized 1 point for jumping when the safety lights were on at the third round of the series in Colorado. So that might make that 1 point loom large now. If Sexton and Tomac split moto scores and even up on points for the day, Tomac will remain with a 1 point advantage, which is enough to win the title, which would appear to make that penalty on Sexton from round 3 loom large, but it's actually not true because the tiebreaker is most moto wins. And Tomac has already racked up 12 of those compared to 8 for Sexton. So even if they were tied coming into this race, Tomac would still win the tiebreaker. So if they split points in the day, the advantage would have been Tomac's for the championship regardless. In other words, this weekend, Sexton needs to outscore Tomac. Tomac only needs to hold serve. But there are advantages on Sexton's side, namely this track. That was also the site of the 2022 season opener, where Sexton dominated, challenged only by his teammate Ken Roczen, and Tomac struggled to 7-4 moto scores. Now, Tomac is quick to point out that he's not the same rider on the same machine that he was that day. He entered this championship coming off of a knee injury at the end of Monster Energy Supercross. He's traditionally not always great in the opening rounds of a series, and he's definitely made important bike changes, as evidenced by the fact that his results quickly started ratcheting up after round 1. The 7-4 moto scores level Eli Tomac, don't expect to see that rider at round 12, although the stats do prove that Sexton has been great at this track. In fact, it has the lowest average finish for Sexton of any track on the circuit, with an astounding 2.8 average finish in his career. Sexton has started 4 races here, 1 in the 250 class, 3 in the 450s. He's won 2 of the 3 450 starts that he has had, and again has that 2.8 average overall finish. Pala is actually Eli Tomac's second worst venue by average finish, averaging a 4.3 mark overall. However, if you look at just the 450 class, Tomac has won twice overall at this track in 5 career starts, compared to Sexton, who has won 2 overalls in 3 career starts. And here's a fun fact for you. Tomac won this race last year, the Fox Raceway 2 National, but Sexton missed the race with illness. Overall, maybe the stats of this track point in Sexton's direction, but the fact that Tomac has the points lead looms large historically. In fact, only one time in the history of this class, the old 252-stroke division and today's 450 class, has a rider ever come into the finale holding the points lead and not won the title. That time, 1982, when Rick Johnson entered the final round of the championship with a 20-point lead, but broke his front wheel in the first moto and saw his points lead evaporate. That's it. Every other time a rider has led the championship coming into the finale in this class, he's won the title. But then again, no championship has ever been this close coming into the finale. Yes, these two are so deadlocked even in so many ways. The gaps at the end of so many motos coming down to less than 2 seconds. The fact that they've won 20 out of the 22 motos, with a lone moto win each for Jason Anderson and Ken Roczen as the only breakthroughs for anyone else. They've led at least 1 lap between the two of them in every moto this year. At the last race, at Ironman, they recorded 43 of the fastest 50 laps. It's incredible. These two have taken it to another level. And then we can take it to the historical aspect as well, as Tomac tries to become the first rider since 2015 to win both the Monster Energy Supercross and Lucas Oil Pro Motocross 450 titles in the same year, while Sexton tries to break an 18-year winless streak for the Honda CRF 450R. Yes, that bike has not won a Supercross or Motocross title since Ricky Carmichael's championship in this series back in 2004. Also, Tomac has indicated he will only race Supercross next year. He's not expected to contend for this outdoor championship in 2023, which means this is his chance to go out as a champion. It's truly a clash of eras. A living legend in Tomac, and the rider who appears poised to be the leader of his generation, Sexton, in a one-on-one winner-take-all showdown this Saturday at Fox Raceway.